Truly, truly, Jesus speaking, I say to you, he who believes in me, right? The works that I do, he can do also. What works was Jesus doing? Healing the sick, raising the dead, casting out devils, turning a few fish and bread enough to feed 15,000 people, walking on water, speaking to a bad thunderstorm, be still. Said all the things that anyone who believes in me, what do you mean by that? I believe he was God, floating 2 feet off of the earth, with a halo. He was God who became a human and was demonstrating for you, what you can do also. Well, why don't people do that? Most of them just simply don't believe it's possible. They're more scientifically minded than they are spiritually minded. That doesn't add up. You can't do it, not because God is unable. You don't do it because you're not guarding your heart there. Anyway, Jesus says, look, anyone who believes in me, all the things that I do, he can do, and greater things than these. Well, that'll really put a big stick in your spokes. What could be greater than casting out demons and healing lepers and raising the dead and walking on water and, feeding 15,000 people with one little chicken snack box or whatever. One little Happy Meal could feed 10,000 people. What can be bigger than that? Well, I'll tell you. You ready? First of all, can you imagine? I don't know how many people he healed, but he did a lot for one person. Imagine if 1 million Jesuses walking around the earth doing that. That would be a lot more. 2 people can do more than 1. 3 people can do more than 2. Several million people could do more than all of them. So that's one aspect. How could we be doing more stuff because there's more of us? When he was here in the ministry, he was by himself. When he left, he started. 12 turned into, started growing. The day of Pentecost, there was 2,000. It began to grow and grow and grow. Those 2,000 people on the day of Pentecost could have gone out, and if all of them, just raised a few people out of the dead or whatever, that would have been doing more than Jesus did. But there's a whole different aspect of that. You can do the one miracle that he never did. That's why he said, now, not only, anybody that believes in me, not only can they do the great works that I've done, but they can do something greater. There's only one thing greater, excuse me, that you can do. Somebody listening to this or watching this, I have actually done a greater work than Jesus ever did. Guess what? So did Billy Graham. You know what it is? Got somebody born again. Well, why didn't Jesus? Because nobody could be born again until after he came back out of the grave. Nobody could be born again until he died, was buried, and was resurrected. That's the greater work, people. That's the greater work. When you introduce somebody to Jesus and they have a heartfelt talk and they repent, which means they change the way they're looking at it. They change their believer and they yield and they are, quote, born again. Guess what? They become a brand new person that never before existed. They become righteous. They become a whole new creation. Jesus wasn't able to do that because he hadn't been raised from the dead. That's the greater work right there. So there's two perspectives. 1 million, 1 billion believers in Jesus. Jesus could do more works because if each one of them raised one person from the dead, that'd be more than he did. But turn the page. The greater work is you actually getting people born again. He wasn't able to do